Okay, we're looking at Hot and Cold Mattie. Wow, there's an intro here. Homwick Hall, a sprawling mansion in the heart of the English countryside, has a long and storied history. Okay, history lesson, already boring. From its 16th century origins to its top secret 20th century role in the war effort and its current life as a well-preserved tourist attraction on this winter's evening, to the last tourists had left but before the doors open again for a festive concert. The corridors and courtyards of this regal estate are yours to explore as you wish. All right, that's an interesting brochure. Whoa. The fuck? Sorry for cursing already. What's the H? Wow. 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 Oh, my computer's actually chugging a little bit. There must be a lot of stuff going on. I'm getting like, I think like 30 or 40 FPS. That's like the only map that's ever done that. Wow. The lighting outside looked amazing. The soundscape indoors is exceptionally quiet. It's nice in here though. It's very nice. Wow. Oh my god, there's like a screen. The heck? There's like a Windows screen on here. That's so weird. Interesting. Is this backwards? Is that supposed to be like that? I assume not. Wow. The old stables, gift shop, and tea room. Wow. That moon looks kind of dumb, in my opinion, but alright. I've never been to London, maybe, or England. I've never been to England, so maybe they have blue moons there. I've heard of Blue Moon. Maybe that's what that's from. I have no idea. I've never seen a blue moon in real life, but maybe it's fine. Wow. Am I supposed to read all this? I'm not gonna read all of that. Christmas concert. Wait a minute. Okay. This is like disgustingly detailed. This is a lot. This is like insane. This way to homework. I don't even know what that says. Mouth painting. 100-a-side football. It's so quiet in here, but maybe that's fine. Wow. It's exceptionally quiet in here, but maybe that's based on something in real life. Like maybe it is very quiet in here. 3 spark plugs. This is like a puzzle map. Is it supposed to be completely quiet? There's no sound at all right here. They're like spamming console SREs. Nope. Very quiet in here. It's nice. Wow, look at that light even. Wow. Wow. This is like 5 out of 5 right here. Gosh, this looks amazing. For Team Fortress 2. Wow. like that there's a fire extinguisher in here because it's not a real place. It's just a... Oh, wow, 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5, 5 out of 5. This is amazing. This is incredible. We're looking for spark plugs, I guess. It is really kind of horribly quiet in here. Oh, wow. You got your old map in here. Wow. It's beautiful, but I almost say that you're crazy. Like, this is so much work to put into a map. Am I allowed to go over here? Amazing. Oh, this has sound. I like the swords above the fireplace. That's a really cool idea. The lighting, that looks so amazingly good. The reading room. Did I miss something? I want to make sure I didn't miss something. Wow. I'm kind of speechless. The Royal Tennis Court. Whoa. It certainly looks like a tennis court to me. Oh, this is like spectator. This is like disgustingly detailed. What are those things up here? Oh, like balls that have gotten stuck or something. Wow, what a weird detail. That is like strangely, specifically kind of cool. Bar by Q. Hot and cold food and drink. What a thing to say. Piping hot eggnog, cold boiled chestnuts. I don't even know what that is. Mulled bojolats? What? Eggy grunters? Custard fritters, fluffy ruffs, vegan, Cumberland, spiral, brown soup, chicken milk sundae, forbidden dessert. Forbidden dessert. That is interesting. Gosh. I am speechless. Oh, right, the concert. Oh, wow. This looks so good. Is it supposed to be so quiet? Is there supposed to be like music playing? Imagine there's music playing in here. That'd be so cool. Winter is Icumen in... Yeah, I'm not going to read that. Some viewer can pause that and read that if they want to. I hope it comes through. You know what? Here, I'll do this. I don't know if it was able to be read because maybe... There we go. Alright. There we go. That's probably good enough. Wow, look at that. I gotta see this first. Never thought of making a stain that big before. Wow. Wow. That looks... Wow. Chef's kiss. That looks... kind of incredible. Is it supposed to be so quiet in here? It's weirdly quiet. Feels like it's a bug. This is so strange. I have not seen musician dressing room this way. Is I supposed to open that? I can see an exit up here. Oh, okay, that's just like nothing. Okay. Wow. This is crazy. I've almost forgotten I'm playing a Team Fortress 2 map. This is like an insane amount of detail for just a TF2 detail entry. Like this is crazy. I haven't seen a single spark plug either. I have no idea if those are actually in the map or if they're like ultra hidden or you're supposed to do something to find them. Are they in the garbage can or something? Are they in here? I'm probably gonna cheat and just open up that door. But wow. My PC is actually kind of chugging a little, which is kind of intense. Especially here. Alright. I think that's all that there is to the map. Gosh. That's a skybox. This is a skybox? Wow. This is a skybox? Wow. 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 Alright, let's get that door open. Wow. This is cool. Alright. 3 spark plugs. Well, I definitely don't have that, so let's do developer 2. Circuit button use. Doesn't seem to do anything. Oh, because we probably should say like developer 2, whoops, developer and fire circuit button unlock. And then we hit developer 2, and then we go boom. All right, we cheated effectively. I have no idea where those spark plugs are. I mean, I didn't see a single one. I assume they're somewhere. Sorry, a big loud car just went by my apartment. Very nice perk of living in Los Angeles, I guess. Here we go. What? Are we still on the same map? I'm skimming through this. Maybe I should read this? Should I be reading this? Alright, 14 eventful years have passed since I was introduced to the impossible world of Industries Incorporated. I was young and impressionable then and understood little of the battles of the mysterious conglomerate that was eating on the American soil and accept these unnecessary part of the industrial world. It's complicated to the chasing of the company's eventual arrival in Britain in some 5 years ago. And their conversion of the ancestral family that crept into a top-secret code-breaking facility seemed to be inevitably more than the intrusion, but the intervening years had given me the passion and the humble art of cartography, and the company took note, boarding an arrangement in which I was leading the British division's map-making department. It was a long and fruitful apprenticeship, and once I would now feel about coming to it, and simply put my personal cartographic dreams, my desire to peacefully share course and make believe from the complicated landscape of the messy, I'll begin to the visions of the weird and the wonderful futures among the stars. Those are the requirements of TF Industries Incorporated with the endless schematic industrial science, evenly divided between and fighting subsidiaries. Attempts have been made to combine these approaches to fuse individual aesthetic fulfillment with absurdly violent corporate sabotage, and these experimental syntheses were never really the success that I would hope it would be. In a boring narrative obsessions of the company in the later years, from supernatural entities and ridiculous dress codes to toxic virality of otherwise useless gold alloy, has at times stretched my patience to breaking point. That was when I only partially successful in convincing TF2 to leave behind these irrelevant fixations and broaden their horizons, while also returning to the long-forgotten core principles. It is a regret I will take with me to the ends of the earth. I don't really know what you mean by that, but okay, I'll think about it in a second. Of course, the corporation's influence on my life has by no means been exclusively negative. The especially you see that I have come to meet countless deeply cherished friends and colleagues, the latter particularly among the employees of the experimental free-thinking OF division, Open Fortress. And there will always be a special place in my heart for the TF2's 9 most prominent fieldwork employees, even if much of that is down to us nostalgic, formative memories and the depictions. Greater Manford Observe Dispatch as far back as 1959, the residential cartoonist Gary, reimagining them as outrageous rubber-faced caricatures. But if I am ever to escape the great and portentous, I don't know what that means, shadow of my adolescence, I must cast aside its familiar trappings and embrace lies beyond. And if I am ever reaching my highest potential as a map maker, as an artist, as a person, not be through the same old capture points and intelligence briefcase, mapping for Team Fortress 2. I found so much, but true betterment of the human spirit. I think what else where for me to find peacefully yours, Matilda Lady Homowick. Aight. Cool. I mean, yeah, I agree. It's a very interesting way to put it. Yeah, good luck. Oh, these are like the characters. That's neat. What is that? What is that? A cigarette? That's a cigar. Okay, that's probably Spice Cigarette. And that's a sandwich. I like that the heavy is leading this. What is that? A piano? Oh, maybe Pyro? No, that's Pyro. Engineer? I don't know. Wasn't the... Okay, probably Mattie or something. The soundscape in here is... Oh, a Farewell Choir stuff. Farewell, True... Abyss, Defeat, Violent Sun, Long Promised Woe. Huh. Yeah, I mean, okay, like I'll give my 2 cents for the viewer as well as probably Matilda, who's also probably watching this. I mean, I agree that, like, you know, Team Fortress 2 has its limitations. I mean, totally. I mean, no one's disagreeing, right? And I'm not trying to convince you to stay. Do whatever you want. Totally cool with that. And I totally agree that, you know, with regards to there being an amazing ability to design and create amazing architectural visions in this game, it feels a little bit... I mean, let's be real here, right? I mean... The viewer watching this might not agree, and they'll be like, how could you say such things, Egan? But, I mean, it's kind of wasted a little bit on making, especially just, like, detail entries for Team Fortress 2. Like, a little bit, like, if I'm being real here, if we're being real here, right? It's probably, like, you know, you probably could be, like, if you had made this into, like, some game like the, what's that? There's, like, some game where you're on an island and you fill in, like, lines on screens or something. Oh, there's like a parody game called The Seer that was based on that. I don't remember what the original was called. Anyway, if you had made a game like that with the beauty that you would put into and instilled into this map, I mean, gosh, it probably would have been a much wider audience, right? And I mean, if we're being honest here, this game is a team game. And these maps are not really... I mean, I haven't played your Open Fortress maps, so I can't really say for that. But at least like the detailed maps... I guess it's like in a video, right? Like, I guess, is this video going to hit more people than actually playing the map? That is an interesting argument. Am I ruining the map exploration by talking? That is another thing to discuss. But it's my video, I'm going to talk in it. Yeah, I don't know. Definitely debatable. Yeah, I mean, as like a farewell, as definitely like the last sort of project. I mean, that's the other thing too, is that like realistically, if we're talking realistically as map makers, you probably objectively don't need to do like a farewell. But if we're being honest with ourselves, it kind of feels like you almost need to, like, to say, all right, that was the final one, because you could easily be here forever. Because like it's so compelling. Like making these maps are so easy. So easy, comforting, it's relaxing. Especially like, it almost feels like it's so relaxing that you're scared to leave it behind. Or you feel like that's all I'm capable of doing or something. But that's certainly not the case. Like I am now, and I guess as well, like you're saying here in this letter, I think that you're now doing something professional or whatever. I don't know. I couldn't couldn't. It was a little hard to read the letter, if I'm being completely honest. I'm a little bit of an idiot, so I don't know. Anyway, if you make levels in engines that have much more wide tools, the tools, yes, are more complicated to use, and they're not as easy to use, but they are. You can get into the flow in the same way that you can get into the flow of using Hammer. I mean, Hammer is complicated, and a lot of people say it's complicated and dumb and stupid, but like every friggin' engine editor is dumb and friggin' stupid. Friggin' stupid, friggin' cringe, you know? I mean, like, the editor that I use at my job, which is like a AAA games job, it also crashes like all the time, and it just breaks like all the time. And so I see people complaining about Hammer, like, oh, Hammer's like the best one. Every other engine kind of, I mean, I guess, I don't know. I guess I've kind of lost my train of thought a little bit, but like, I don't know. I'm just saying, long story short, I'm just saying that yes, you could definitely go into other engines and make something equally good, assuming you put enough time into it. I mean, probably better, objectively better, right? Better than anything that could be achieved in Team Fortress 2. The lighting in this map is pretty incredible. I don't think I would ever have found those fuses. This is a pretty chill room. I like this little middle spot. I don't know what the piano is for. Maybe it's like you yourself, you're like a piano player or something? Or a musician? Jesus, that was loud. Sorry. My mouse hit the edge of my keyboard. Okay. Other thoughts on this before I wrap the subject up? Oh yeah, I just like, you know, I was saying with like team, right? This is a team game, and so like when you make a map in Team Fortress 2, you're kind of making it with the thought that the end result is going to be played on like a server with multiple players, you know, like that's kind of the point. And so making a map that's like a detail map where it's only like, oh, you're supposed to only play it with one player. I mean, let's be real with ourselves. How big is the audience of that in the game? Like, there's not even like a server you can host where it only has like one slot. Like it was have like 32 servers with one slot in them each. How bizarre. No, you just say no to go play this map on your own. Well, most players, I mean, the game's not designed to make it easy to do that, right? Like, it's not really, I don't know, there's not even, I mean, if we're being real here, there's not like a huge audience in this game for that, unless you mean on YouTube, right? I'm definitely detracting from the video by making this conversation, but I guess at this point, you know, we're being kind of like, what's the word? The map maker is kind of retiring, I guess, from the game with this letter, so I'm just kind of at this point making the video for the author, who's probably the only one who's bothering to listen to this, or caring about it. So I'm just saying that, yes, you're right, and I agree that if you had put so much skills into like an Unreal Engine or a Unity or a, you know, CryEngine or some other like game or whatever, and then you found an audience, right? Like, let's say, I don't know, there's some kind of audience that you could find. I mean, that's the thing about making games in general, is that like, I mean, and I'm kind of debating about this internally myself all the time, and I'm sure that there's a lot of level editors, not level editors, level designers, as they're getting older, and game designers as they're getting older, they're kind of like, I mean, as well, I think this is kind of, sorry, I'm very tangent thought, but it's like, you know, I think, all right, I'm gonna lose some people here, but I think, you know, back in the old days, 200 years ago, we had no time to think about this kind of like meaning of my life shit. It was like, your meaning of your life is like reproduce, right? And then if you reproduce, then you have kids, and then the kids can go on and do their own thing, which is reproduce, right? And if you don't do that, then the bloodline ends with you. Or maybe your meaning of your life is like raise kids well, you know, not have kids of your own, but just raise them well, you know, and you know, be a good leader to everybody in your community and beat the shit out of everybody else, you know, and like slaughter everybody else with the military, right? It's like, I mean, if we're being real here, that was like 200 years ago. That was like everything. So the fact that we have even the ability to think about like, oh, it'd be great if the meaning of my life was to make a brilliant video game where it touches people's souls and stuff. I mean, it's pretty privileged if we're being honest here. Like, I mean, I'm saying for myself as well, like if we're being honest here, everybody like watching this is like, you know, I mean, if we're being honest here, right? I'm probably destroying this video and like all my credibility by talking about that, but I'm just talking, and I'm sure the level designer knows what I'm like. Matilda knows what I'm talking about, right? Or it's like, if you're trying to speak to that audience, the people who are also feeling those concerns, there's an audience out there that has those concerns, and they're looking for the game like The Looker, where you play some puzzle game and it's beautiful, and somehow you know, talk about some concerns you have or some like ideas you have, and I think genuinely there is an audience and a purpose to video games, right? Like the purpose of a video game could be like an escapism. That's beneficial, that's meaningful. You could have you know, for example, this map has a lot of history in it. It's a museum. There are educational games out there, and those have value to humanity. You know, like it is valuable to humanity to almost convey ideas that have value in and of themselves, or information that have themselves. Like, you know, Jumpstart Second Grade, which is like a kid's game, that had value. I learned things from that game. I've learned things from Age of Empires 2, you know? There's value in that. I mean, even just the pure entertainment aspect of video games, where it's like, you know, oh, I had a lot of fun with that game, and it was de-stressing. It was an escapism, or it was a social game, you know? I played Among Us over the pandemic, and we had a lot of interesting encounters, some negative, but hey, you know, interesting nonetheless. And I mean, that's what like being social is in life, is like having interesting perspectives to relate to and, you know, look back on and have introspection and perspective and things, and be a better person having had so many interesting, different, varying perspectives of situations. So yes, I think if you're saying that, yes, I'm abandoning Team Fortress 2 maps because I feel like I could be better spending my time doing things elsewhere and making games that touch more, you know, people who are looking for these kinds of maps, totally agree, you know, because let's be real here. Yes, that is the case. I mean, it'd be interesting to see stats on like these maps of how much they're played. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe like you've uploaded these maps to the workshop and they've got like tens of thousands of views, and that's cool, but I'm just saying that like you could make, I agree, you could make something in a different engine. And, you know, I think someone in the comments is going to be like, oh, you don't have to abandon Team Fortress 2. You just do it on the side sometimes. But like, I think what Matilda is saying is that yes, you could, but it's so easy to do that. And it's so like, I don't want to just keep doing that. I want to make a decision where I'm going to abandon that thing, you know? And that's like an unfortunate thing that like a modding individual, someone who makes mods for a game, it's a difficult concept to grasp, is abandoning a project, you know, saying I'm done with that thing. Like with mods, you can always go back and update it. Like, you know, it's crazy when they update like, oh, we fixed this bug in 2 Fort, you know, that map that came out like almost 20 years ago, we fixed that bug. It's like, why did they do that? You know, to some degree, I mean, there is definitely an argument to be made. Like, for example, they remaster games, or they like they've re-released like Halo 1 and the Halo series, and they've like updated the graphics, and then they keep giving updates and like, you know, the behind the scenes, the cut content. That's incredible in my opinion. There's certainly an argument to be made there, but for now, we're just saying personally, Matilda is abandoning this to go focus their limited amount of time and energy. I'm sure putting the work into this map was tiring and kind of exhausting, for being honest here. And they say, I'm gonna take that energy, I'm gonna go spend that energy on something that feels like it's more meaningful, and feels like it's more meaningful not just to me, but to other people, like to a wider audience. Because in general, these things that we're creating, I mean, yes, you can make an insanely good thing, like this map. Like let's imagine here. Let's imagine, theoretically, I'm the only one who ever saw this. Is that compelling? Yes, to me. But if we're being real here, like, let's try to, you know, wow, there's a train in there. Wow. I could have easily missed that train. I mean, that was a beautiful train going past. Let's be real here. We're trying to, like, hit as max people as possible to have as much value to humanity as possible. Like, if we're being honest here, it's kind of like a vain ego thing talking, but I mean, and I'll be honest to say that, like, maybe that's a very noob, you know, shallow perspective. Like, maybe that's pure ego, and maybe that's wrong, and I shouldn't be thinking that. But I mean, that's just what's on my mind, and I'm sure it's on a lot of level designers' minds right now, which is like, I could be doing something much more interesting where people actually know who I am, and they think it's cool and it's very interesting. And but I'm making Team Fortress 2 maps of it that no one plays, and it's like, all right, I'm gonna make a stand and make a decision. We're gonna abandon Team Fortress 2. No, totally agree. Yeah. There's probably like way too much shit and no one cares, and I just like detracted from the review of the map and made it like the fucking video is gonna be like 40 minutes and it's like no one's gonna bother watching it. But I don't know. At this point, I guess the video's like for the author. I have no idea where those fuses were. If I did show trigger toggle, is that a fuse? Is there a fuse here? Oh, there is a fuse. Wow. Okay, well, I definitely did not see that. Let's cheat some more and try to find the other fuses. Oh, there's a fuse back here. I mean, I did not even... honestly, that doesn't look like anything, if I'm going to be honest. If I had come back here, I literally would have just skimmed right past it. I mean, there's so much other detail in this scene. Definitely would not have noticed that. All right. Eat some more. I almost kind of wish there was like a tutorial fuse like nearby here, you know? Wow. This room and this room, 10 out of 10. Amazing. Have you played author of the map, Matilda? You should play the game RE8 Village and try on max graphics. Definitely recommend that. Beautiful map, beautiful game. All right, where is that last fuse? I have no idea. It's not in here, is it? Over here? It must be in here, right? Like, it must be. Back here? It's back there? Dude, I would have never found that, ever. I still don't even, like, see it. Okay. Yeah, I would never have found that, ever at all. No, I guess it's good I cheated because I literally would never have found those things. I kind of wish they had, like, a blinking, like, you know, like a key has on it, or like there's like an unusual effect of like a sparkling twinkling or something, because otherwise literally it looked like just random detail, honestly. The lighting is like chef's kiss. Incredibly good lighting. Wow, 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 wow. Oh, wow, you can see like the exterior of that through here. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. Wait, is this a model? Oh, it's not. It's just like a fence. It's like a custom. Wow. That looks so good. I gotta see this from like the top perspective. Wow. You can't even see that from the map. Why did you spend so much time on that? This looks incredibly good, if I'm being honest. Wow. Gosh. Wow, I'm like speechless. This is so good. And then the underground part. This is my favorite part of the map, is this room. This looks like Amnesia: The Dark Descent a little bit. I've tried making a map that looked like this and I couldn't get it because it was really hard to do. So that I mean, this alone. Brilliant. 10 out of 10. 100 out of 100. So good. 5 out of 5. Ah. Nifty. It's such a cool detail. Am I missing anything else? Worst part about the map. Are the soundscapes being ultra quiet here intentional? I assume so, but it kind of sucks. Best part about the map. If I had to say something, I guess the variety. Oh, I guess, yeah. I mean, you know, if I'm being real here, this video, I guess kind of serves as a, let's just talk about game design, theory craft stuff. Variety in games, that's really important. I remember when I was a teen, which is not that long ago. I'm only 28 right now, so being a teen was not that long ago. When, for example, with the first time I discovered dubstep, I wanted to listen to dubstep until I got sick of it. You know, you want to experience something until you get sick of it. Same with video games. If there's like a really fun section of a video game, you want to play the fucking shit out of that, pardon my French, until you get sick of it. You want to do that. And so you have to add variety into games so people don't get sick of it, because they want to get sick of it. They want to play it to death, right? Don't let them do that. So I love that there's so much variety in this map that you can't get really sick of any part of the map, which is incredible. I mean, this looks amazing, and it's different from the previous outdoor area. And then there's a lot of interior spaces, and it has variety, and it's interesting and compelling, and there's a lot of really cool details. And even the layout must have taken absolutely ages. And then like the ceiling part, which nobody notices because it's covered in darkness, and these candles and stuff, and like the sword above the bed, and even just the bed. I mean, the bed itself is brushwork, and it must have taken, I mean, unless it's been turned into a model, it kind of looks like it has model lighting on it now. I mean, I've made a map that had like a bed thing like this, and I put in like 1/10 the amount of effort you've put in. So I mean, you put in like a, wow, even this looks so good. Just like looking out the window looks amazing. Wow. What? Wow. Like, is it intentional that I'm supposed to jump up on here? It must be, because this looks amazing. I mean, every ounce of this map has like such insane amount of work put into it that it's like, as the map author is saying, it's kind of almost a shame that it's for Team Fortress 2, if we're being real here, right? Like, right? Although, that being said, the stats, I guess, are showing that the game is increasing in popularity, which is strange, but, yes. Sorry, I guess, apologies if I've ruined this video and this map review by saying things that are, like, stupid or dumb. I mean, yes, it's possible that I'm a huge idiot and I don't know what I'm talking about. Sorry. Very cool map. Awesome map. Oh, I guess like a also kind of bad thing. I'm gonna temporarily show my FPS. Oh, it is actually really good. Why was I getting like stuttering here? That's weird. Maybe things are loading? Matte wireframe. Maybe things are just like loading so heavily. Oh, that might be it. Maybe it's like, it's not that it's actually stuttering. Things are just like huge chunks are getting unrendered at such an amount that it like drastically changes my FPS, even though the FPS is amazing. How do I do that? Show FPS. Fuck. FPS. See, I'll show FPS 0. Okay. So maybe it's not actually stuttering, but it's just like so much is being hidden in that one frame that it almost appears like it's a lag spike, but it's really just like deloading tons of stuff. Okay, well, never mind about the lag spike, I guess. Can't really fault you for that. It's not really something I even care, if I'm being honest. This lighting is incredible. Yep, 10 out of 10. I have to stop talking about this map at this point. Got like 10 more maps to go over. Incredible work. Good luck on your next content. I wish you well. And if you need to take a break after this, that's fine. You know, like, I agree, moving on to new content is a good idea. But if this, you know, was a shitload of work, which it looks like it was, and you need to take a break even for like a year or two. It's fine, you know. I'm sure you'll get back into the flow of things later on, or to like, I'm sure to even just go explore new areas. Like maybe, you know, taking a break means taking a break from the level design, but maybe it means like, you know, you go on vacation and go explore some places in real life or something, you know. Sure. Or buy a couple art books and read through the art books. That'd be cool. Yeah, so good luck. Take care. And awesome work on this map.